Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. We are into the first preview of our Premier League season, Brighton versus Chelsea, and I'm excited. If you look at the landscape, it's completely changed. In terms of how we finished the season and the players that we had, compared to how we're starting the season just a few weeks later, with a brand new team, pretty much. All these signings walking through the door, and it's just a complete different landscape. Now, for this game in particular, we need to be a little bit cautious because not all of our new signings are available. So we are going to see a lot of familiarity. However, there are two new signings, and I think the biggest, when you think of it, the biggest who are going to be available. So we're going to see the impact that they're going to have. But we're going to get into what Frank Lampard said in the press conference, the team news, all the injuries, and which players are available. So let's get stuck in. At the end of this, I'll give you my starting 11 as well. So stick around for that one. Now, if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Let's try and smash the like button to 7,000 likes. I really do appreciate your support, so thank you all so much. Now, we're going to go into the press conference. How did Frank Lampard start this off? Because I saw a different Lampard at this press conference. I saw a different side to him. Well, not a different side to him. We've seen it as a player, but we haven't really seen it as a manager. And I think it's because the circumstances have changed. These new signings that have come in have kind of raised the bar and raised the standard. So he's raised his standards too. And you could see he's gotten a little bit more pragmatic and a little bit more assertive. And a little bit more confident, and I like that. I really do. We're going to get into it. So in terms of injury news, well, the new signings we've made. So we made Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Kai Havertz. So Timo Werner is available, and he is expected to be making his debut. Ziyech is injured. Ziyech has a knee injury which he picked up against Brighton. I thought it was a bit light, and I thought he'd be ready by now. Lampard in the press conference said that where they're hoping it's going to take a couple of weeks. They're hoping a couple of weeks. So that tells me it's not very good. Because if they're hoping and there's a chance it could be longer, well, he misses Liverpool, he misses match day 3, possibly even 4, and it's just like Ziyech against Liverpool would have been perfect. You know, it would have been perfect. So it's a shame. But we have to live with it. We have to move. So Ziyech is unavailable. Chilwell has just about shrugged off an injury that he carried once we signed him from Leicester from last season. So he's still on the road to recovery and about to be fully fit. So he's not far away. Thiago Silva's just arrived in London and he's only just trained with the squad. He's training, I think, this weekend for the first time. So he's not going to be ready. So Thiago Silva won't feature, but he will feature against Liverpool. That's what I'm expecting. And Kai Havertz is expected to be making his debut. So out of the 3 new signings, we're going to be playing 2 of them. And the 2, as I said, the 2 biggest ones, Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. We finally get to see what the German combination are going to do in Chelsea blue, and I can't wait for this. To have a midfielder that is creative enough and skilled enough to be able to supply to the striker, and then the striker is Timo Werner. I mean, mind blown. I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it. I'm hoping we're going to see a very good link up between those two, and hopefully Timo Werner getting onto the score sheet in impeccable fashion. Now, if we're talking about Frank Lampard, right, I want to focus on this because the injuries that we have or the unavailabilities that we have means that we are going to see quite a familiar team. But that didn't stop Frank Lampard from saying a few things which I think has turned a few heads. There was a little bit of criticism last season in terms of Frank Lampard choosing players based on, favouritism or, picking Mason Mount because it's his son or, picking Tammy because he's from the academy. Well, Frank Lampard settled the score with those guys. And that's, he really, really did. Let's see what Frank Lampard said. He said this: I am surprised if you didn't think I wasn't under pressure last season. I thrive off the pressures. It's what I love doing. I didn't come in the job to fight for 4th place or bring academy players in. I came here to win. Last year we couldn't recruit, and this year the club have made the decision to bring in players. It changes the landscape and we're ready to work. That is, and if you watch the press conference, I advise you, if you haven't watched it already, it's on Chelsea's YouTube channel. Go over there and watch the whole thing. You just see this hunger in Lampard's eyes. You know, last year he was a little bit, you know, lovey-dovey and, you know, smile on the face, and now he's like, we're gonna work. You know, I'm trying my best to do a proper mean face, like, but he had it. You could see it was written on his face, like, okay, now, you know, the real work begins. We're here to win. The sole objective now is to win. That's it. You know, forget about, you know, we're bringing this player in. We're bringing this player in. We're going to try and develop this guy. No. Look, if you're good enough, you're good enough. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. If you're good enough and you're showing it in training and you're proving it to Lampard, you'll play. If you're not, you won't play. We're here to win now. That's it. And I love that. It's that... I'm so happy we have this back. We have it back. We haven't had this feeling in a while, you know, and I love it. I love it. I think Chelsea as a football club thrive on that. It's part of our DNA. That DNA where, you know, we win at all costs. We go out and we prove people wrong. We make people unhappy. You know, we really rile up other fans and other teams, and we get them to hate us while we win. I miss that, and I think there's an element of that in the team now, and there's an element of rawness in terms of the talent that has come in alongside the players who have played there for the past year, the young lads, Tammy and Mason and Fikayo and Reece and Callum, Ruben, all of them lot. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that all combines. And yeah, Frank Lampard, you could see, means business now. He means business. He's not about, you know, taking things lightly now. You could see in his mind, he didn't want to say it, and he did say in the press conference he doesn't want to put expectation. Not this early on as well, but you could see deep down, he's trying to go for the title. You could see it's written on his face. He doesn't want to say it, but he knows that Chelsea have a team that can compete for the title this year. That is the reality. So we have to try and aim high. And he knows the standard it takes to aim high. And he said it himself in the press conference. He said, as a player, I knew what it took to win the league. I know what it takes to win the Premier League title. And when he said that, I thought, oh boy, it's going to be an interesting season. It's going to be an interesting season. Now, let's get into the starting 11. Who should play? As I said, some players are unavailable, but who should play based on who is not available? Okay, we're going to go into a 4-3-3. I think it's the familiar formation. It's the formation that Lampard would like to play, and I think it's what we're going to go with. So we'll go over 4-3-3. We are sticking Kepa in goal because Mendy isn't here yet. So Kepa will go in goal. The two centre-backs, obviously Thiago Silva will not feature, so it's going to be Zuma and Antonio Rudiger. That's fully expected. Now, this is a little bit interesting. Thiago Silva's not here yet. Azpilicueta is going to play, but where is Azpilicueta going to play? Is he going to play left back or is he going to play right back? If he plays right back, we play Marcos Alonso. If he plays left back, we play Reece James as right back. What combo would you take? I have a feeling that Lampard is going to go with Azpilicueta left back and Reece James right back. I just think, just for the benefit of having Reece James right back and going on the overlap, I just think that is what's going to happen. Instead of having Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso, two fullbacks that don't get forward as much as someone like Reece James with all the energy can. So I think it would be beneficial to have the captain on the pitch, but have Reece James as right back. In terms of the midfield three, this is going to get interesting. Kante as our holding midfielder. Kovacic is suspended because of the red card he picked up in the FA Cup final. It will carry over and the red card will apply to this game. So he is suspended for this game. He won't feature, which means I reckon we're going to have Kante as holding midfielder, Mason Mount to replace Kovacic if Kovacic was going to play. And on the right-hand side of that three-man midfield, it's your boy. It's the new signing. It's Kai Havertz. I can't wait to see what Kai Havertz is going to do. Oh my goodness. Okay, now, the front three, again, this is going to be interesting as well. Why? Because Ziyech is not available. So, Pulisic is fit and he's ready, which is great. Because of the injury he picked up, we didn't think he would make the start of the season. He is, and he's fit and he's ready. So, Pulisic will be playing on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, because Ziyech is not playing, you would think, with the fact that Willian and Pedro have left the club, Callum Hudson-Odoi. And to be honest, I reckon it would be best to go with Callum Hudson-Odoi and go with Timo Werner up front. There is an off chance, because Timo Werner can play on the side, that Frank Lampard might go with Werner on the right, who can combine with Kai Havertz that way still, and put Tammy Abraham up front. There is a chance that Frank Lampard might do that, just for the sake of being able to include as much top players as he can. Callum Hudson-Odoi, though, I think it will be good for him. I think it's a big season for him. It's a clean slate. He needs to prove himself now. Willian and Pedro have left. There's a spot in the team ready. You know, if Ziyech isn't there, Callum Hudson-Odoi is the man you call. So he needs to make a statement, and he needs to show Lampard why he should be getting picked. So I think the best thing to do would be to go with Callum Hudson-Odoi on the right-hand side. Good luck to him, and I hope he has a banging game. And stick Timo Werner up front, and just let him do what he does best, which is put the ball in the net. Simple as that. I'm going with a prediction of Brighton, I want to say 1, but at the same time I want to say 0. You know what? We're all about optimism. We're all about positivity here. It's a new slate. It's a new season. It's a banging team with top signings and a manager who's hungry. So I'm going to say Brighton 0, Chelsea 2. Let's hope that goes down, and let's hope we kick off the season on a winning start. Fingers crossed, we get 3 points, then we march on to Liverpool. Oh, well, Liverpool come to the bridge, but we march on against Liverpool and we try and beat the champions. Fingers crossed. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Let's try and get this to 7,000 likes, so smash the like button for me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much. But again, let me know in the comments what you think in terms of what I've said, the injury news. What starting 11 would you go with? Do you agree, or would you make any changes? Let me know if I've missed anything out, and I will see you really, really soon. The next video is going to be straight after the game, so it's going to get interesting. Let me know what you think. Thank you all so much. Look after yourselves. Take care, and peace.